Hello again, Cliff McWilliams here with Corporatist Nation because that's all we got. Well, Tara Reade has gotten a little more vindication tonight here, Friday night, April 24th, 2020, in what should be the end of the Joe Biden nomination facade. Born through plenty of rigging and a controlled mass media that trashed his major opponent Bernie Sanders for the last 5 years and pumped this guy and throughout before the primary started and ignores everything that should not be ignored, namely the overwhelming evidence of his faculties having deteriorated significantly over the past couple of years to at least a stage 3 level of dementia. But more importantly, on this night, someone who happened to dig up a graduate student, I guess she is, and provide to Ryan Grimm as well as another reporter, Ryan Grimm with The Intercept, the tape that demonstrates clearly Tara Reade's mother calling into Larry King on a show talking about elected officials who had taken liberties, unwanted liberties, with staffers. And in this case, that staffer was indeed Tara Reade, and Tara Reade had mentioned this previously before this tape was discovered. And I would think by any reasonable level of consideration, Tara Reade's story is more than validated. Perhaps the University of Delaware would like to contribute something, wink and a nod, to this discussion at this point. Because now it's, if it ever was a cover-up, and it certainly has been a cover-up, since all this stuff came out, even before this, obviously, it's so clear. Tara Reade is so credible in her discussion, and the allegations so precise and corroborated by her brother and others, and now with her mother's call into Larry King, that there can be no recourse. Joe Biden needs to stand up and speak for himself. No handlers, just Joe Biden answering questions the best he can. And perhaps a little polygraph might be good. I'd say it might not be a bad thing, especially some of the people that seem to be, who were mentioned by Tara Reade as having been told about this, and who are now, having a little problem recalling such conversations. At any rate, I think it's time to talk about who should be the nominee, and I think we know, based on all the evidence, that the vote rigging, as demonstrated by exit polls that are, from an improbable perspective, completely untenable, that Bernie Sanders has been cheated roundly, and by definition, derived from that, the people have had their voice stolen. So I would say, let's get Joe Biden out there forthwith. Let him try and explain himself. Bring all the witnesses in. Maybe some of these people need to be put on a polygraph. But beyond that, we need to have some open discussion on this. Tara Reade deserves justice, as do these 7 other women who have come forward over the last period of time to mention similar situations. And in fact, I think there was something else I read tonight about another woman having come forward. So this is the corporatist nation we're dealing with here, protecting its own. the controlled mass media. They know about this. The hypocrisy is immense. And, lastly, the donor class is were happy to allow Joe Biden to take the hit and be the sacrificial lamb in 2020. But now that's looking ever less likely due to additional evidence here demonstrating that Joe Biden has no business being nominee. And I would submit there are other people more qualified, and the most qualified person right now would be one Bernie Sanders. So going forward from there, let's cut out the criminality in the Democratic National Committee. It's time to fess up. Everybody knows the hand of the DNC has been in on this from beginning, including others such as the people who really pull the strings there, the Clinton crew, the neoliberals, Neera Tanden, and of course their corporatist media supporters. And we know who those are. MSNBC, CNN, David Axelrod, Chalian, Borger, Bakari Sellers. The list is endless. All these people paid 7 figures to try and convince us how we should think. And right now we're thinking Joe Biden's toast. Once again, this is Cliff McWilliams with Corporatist Nation, and I've been very happy to report some facts tonight, and I hope people will take this to heart and spread the word one way or the other. Joe Biden's done. I'm not voting for that. Take care, and until next time, be safe.